Hello everyone, how's it going today? Happy Wednesday! We are back for some more Lego building, and this time we've got the 3 city sets. We got 60287 tractor, 6377 Explorer diving boat, and 6335 train station. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the tractor. Go ahead and bring that down here. And then transition over to this camera. And then I can move this other camera out of the way. I actually have it just on a little tripod. Alright. So how's everyone doing today? Gonna get the train station built in time for the Orient Express? Yes! Because the Orient Express will be done, should be done this Friday, so. Did not glue very well on that side, but that's okay. There we go. Convenient for, taking that box apart. Got some large tires here, and the bucket. Yes, that is using a click hinge piece there. And large tires. I don't actually have any of those tires. Gonna have fun getting things sorted in CK2 when you become your heir. It's always fun. It's always fun. Bubba, no, the train station will be the last. Alright, let's go ahead and get bag number 1 opened up. Howdy, Lord Canis, how's it going? Oh, sure, you go to feed the animals, but do you ever feed me? No, no. It's so unfair. What about me? I deserve food, too. Howdy, everyone who came in at the beginning. Alright. Let's see. Let's go ahead and make our minifig the little girl. Very adorable. With a bunny. Cute little bunny. Let's actually have her... Hold it. I'm in the wrong Washington? Dang it. Curses foiled again. Okay, so we start with the bucket, the crate. Get a pumpkin. Pair of carrots. When you were doing marriage stuff in CK2, you weren't expecting your heir to inherit anything other than the Duchy of the Duchy in France. Well, see, that's you gotta expect CK2 to throw shenanigans at you. If it didn't throw shenanigans at you, would it be Crusader Kings 2? And then we get the apple in there. All right. There is the trailer hitch. You should have expected something silly. Exactly. You know, if it doesn't, like, just straight up murder you, then you gotta expect something silly. Like maybe the kid not actually running anything or something like that. Someone else being declared the the ruler. You know, I have not actually taken a look to see how well... Yeah, there's a little bit of difference on the corners, but that would actually look pretty good. If you wanted a little bit more of a grill. Well, it's good that you're doing well, Ice Oven. Yeah, my healthcare provider does do eye exams, and I actually have one next week. But I typically get my glasses at Costco. Your heir is doing great as the king of France in CK2. He got Saxony back after it split off from France. Excellent. Alright, get that Technic piece and a black 2x4. Also, do something there. Alright. Just taking care of something on the back end. Alright, so, yeah, I've actually had this set sitting around for a while. This tractor, just waiting for a good time to slip it in. You always feel guilty when you don't buy glasses from the eye doctor, but they're so expensive. Yeah. I mean, like, it's Costco just really does have great prices on stuff. And they're getting paid for the exam at least. Honestly, like, I'm of the opinion that glasses should be covered by insurance because, like, the idea, like, fully covered. Because the idea that this is an optional thing for people who can't see is kind of silly. Howdy, Vigastry, how's it going? You've had your glasses for a decade or so, never needed a new pair? Well, that's good. I've been taking some medication that has a low risk of messing with my eyes, so I need to get onto regular eye checkups. And howdy, Farron, how's it going? Your wife and you sold some equipment from your defunct shop to someone who is probably in a better location for it. It's good to think that stuff is going to a good home. Yeah, I get how that feeling can be, but yeah, I mean it is nice to see it go to a good home. Like, I've got stuff that I'd like to get rid of, but I kind of want to, you know, want it to go to someone who wants it, as opposed to just trashing it. I had like a bunch of old Japanese model kit magazines, and I tried, well, not like really hard, but I tried for quite a while to get them to someone who would actually want them, and just was never able to, and ended up recycling them all. Considering all the other medical equipment that gets covered, there's no reason that glasses contacts shouldn't be covered. Yeah, I know. Dental, too. Like, I think what radicalized me on dental care as healthcare was a story about a kid in Washington, D.C. whose parents were poor, and he literally died from poor dental care. And it's like, it's just awful. You know, you can get like infected roots, and that can really be awful. Couple more clear 1x2 plates. And we get our 2x4 curved slope. There we go. Okay. And then we get the L-beams. park their monster truck at the train station. No, no, this is a tractor. It's completely different. Those wheels would be good for a monster truck, though. Okay, and that is going to get on there. And then axle pins. Okay, so that is going to be the first bag, and the only spare part we have is a bright green carrot top. All right, bag number 2. Classic car windshields, always nice to see. Fills me with happiness that they still are made. Don't get them as often, but... Howdy, little bunny, how's it going? Alright. Get some hay. Hay bales here. There we go. Alright, then our tractor driver. There we go. It actually does have a double printed head. There we go. So he's going to be super happy to drive his tractor. All right. Get those tires there. Get these hubs back here. 2x2. Yeah, they are the same. I'm not sure if the smaller ones are still made. Need to check. Can't remember seeing anything recently that's used them. Alright, 2x6 with bracket. We got trans orange 1x1 tile slopes and trans red 1x1 tile slopes. No need to fix what isn't broken. There is that, but there's also just like they're doing vehicles differently these days, so it is one of those things that I mean, that's why they are not as common. But it is still nice to see that they are still made. I might have done a similar set to this. I can't remember offhand. I mean, this is the sort of set that LEGO kind of periodically produces. Do the 1x2 steering wheels still exist? Yes, they do. Speaking of, I'm putting that in right there. Yeah, those steering wheels are also nice classics. Yeah, they haven't really done anything to replace those in cars. Alright, then we get the red curved half arches. You returned from animal feeding, but once again, you have not fed me. It's terrible. And 1x2 tiles with center studs. Like that it's got a bike rack? Yeah. No, I may have missed that. Ham has gone to the animals. No. I need hams. I need all of the hams. Thank you, Farron. Nom 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 nom. Delicious ham. So tasty. Oh, tasty. Thinking, scheming, plotting, planning, creating ideas. So Dark even Asmodeus is shooketh. Well, yeah, but what else is new? In a lot of ways, this vehicle does feel very similar to classic 80s, maybe more 90s Lego vehicles. Yes, what set is after the Express? We'll just have to wait and see. It is double VIP points time, so I did order the Starry Night, so we might be doing that one, since that is the next reward that we had achieved. But I may also put something in between. I have not decided yet. Nothing is set in stone, no. It's more set in wet clay. Okay, and then on this side, we get our smokestack. If I can fit it in there. There we go. Mega Flares wet clay, so it's no longer wet clay. Ah, rude. I needed that. Alright, start with the Technic piece. Get the 5L axle in gray. Set in Lego and he's got a crowbar. Alright, and a number 4 angle connector. I mean, there is a Lego crowbar. Maybe it's just a Lego crowbar. Alright, so we got the first lift arm in. Teeth is all you need. You shut your mouth. And not on the Lego. Site says that the bakery comes as a gift with purchase. It's not one of the ones that I'm doing today, no. I have not gotten that in yet. I have a bunch of gifts with purchases that I have not built yet, so we might do like a gift with purchase Wednesday at some point, or a few. We definitely can. That damages the parts. No teeth. It's okay to use your mouth to hold the parts, but no teeth for prying them apart. Unless you do it very, very gently. And there we go. We got the lift arms and the bucket. And now we get the thicker hubs. Are these the same? These are the same width. So you could make some interesting, like, decorations if you wanted to do, like, an engine or something. Like on a space vehicle. Also reveals other... My knowledge about Vampire the Masquerade extends basically just to the one game that Grimmeth has played, and that's it. There we go. Got our tires in. I definitely actually have them backwards, I think. Yes, I do, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. And yes, we want this side. And this side. There we go. Alright, let's get our driver in. There we go. Little girl can ride with the fruit and veggies. Maybe not. She can stand there in a totally safe way. Absolutely do this at home. Okay, so spare parts. We got a clear 1x1 cylinder tile. Trans orange and trans red 1x1 tile slopes, trans orange 1x1 dome light, and gray 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Alright, so here is the tractor, which I do really like the way that they have the curve, the big windows. The red looks good, so I like that. Does even have a trailer hitch, so if you need to pull a big open trailer with no wheels on it, no tires on it, to rescue some people from graboids, it works. Or if you need to pull a train car. There we go. But yeah, it's really nice. I like it. All right, let's go ahead and put that up there. Hay bales. And let's go ahead and dive into the next one. I do like that it comes with a bunny as well. I'm looking at this thing. I do not remember some of these sets at all. I must not have been paying much attention. Like, 6289 and 6288, I do not recall seeing those at all. Alright. let's go ahead and dive into that. Caramelized onion baked brie, fresh from the oven. I've never actually had brie. A very large inflatable raft piece. Put that aside for now. There's bag number 1, 2, and 3. Don't fall. Don't fall. I think it's going to fall. Well, it hasn't fallen yet. So we got a new Stingray. And you can mount it on studs. And it actually does... I think you can mount it pretty well without it touching anything at all, yeah. Which is more than I can say for the original one. The black ones. Although I do still like those better. They look really neat. Alright. Let's see. Bag number 1. Get our wetsuited... What does Stingray sound like a Dungeons and Dragons spell? I don't know. It's not. That I'm aware of, at least. So we have orange classic air tanks. I'm wondering if they did... Yes, they did. So the old air tanks, they had these holes in the back, but they were too small for anything to actually fit in them, and they have changed that. That is just some glue. Alright, let's go ahead and get his helmet on. The mask, which does lift up. Yeah, they've actually brought them back recently. They're doing more with the classic space aesthetic. I think they understand how nostalgic that is. I mean, we're getting Blacktron again next year, apparently. So that's pretty exciting. No pictures yet. Alright, he has his underwater camera. Really makes you wonder what the benefit was to them evolving with wings rather than fins like most fish. I mean, it does allow them to swim really well. Fun thing about this Stingray piece, you can have someone grab on and swim along with it. Just hope they maintain the best feature of the Blacktron sets, the modularity. I hope so. And I hope it's a classic Blacktron and not Blacktron 2. So, hair kind of looks like Draco Malfoy. Why just them? It's probably not just them. I mean, there are other types of fish that kind of swim that way. Not quite with just that flapping, but you've got there are ones that kind of have this undulating fin that goes along them that are really long, and it's a similar method of locomotion. And I think there are extinct arthropods and stuff that might have something similar. There are also flatfish that are sort of shaped like that? Yeah. But it might be that it's hard for another species to develop the same kind of thing when stingrays already do that so well. Okay, got our round clips. Love round clips. And a trans light blue 2x2 dome. Yeah, stingrays are cartilaginous, yes. They're closely related to sharks. This rover once caught a fish this big. Alright. So, spare parts. We've got a clear 1x1 cylinder plate tile, a gray 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, and a gray bar with clip. Okay. Next up, got bag number 2. Ooh. Got a bump to my light, which is always fun. But, like, Little Bunny, they may not necessarily be better. It may be a 6 of one, half dozen of the other kind of thing. There's a lot of things in life that are just, they're the way they are because that's how previous things evolved them. I mean, like, humans have tons and tons of worthless things about them. Biologically speaking, we'll say. Alright, let's go ahead and make our minifig. We have a gray crate there. Well, that's why I said biologically speaking. I mean, our appendix does basically nothing. It does do something. I can't remember what it is, but it does. Like, it is not as unnecessary as we used to think, but... So I really like this hairpiece with all these braids. Fantastic hairpiece. I love seeing it used more often. And one of the reasons why I wanted this set, Hammerhead Shark. Yeah. It's so cool. I love it. I love hammerheads. Alright, so we start out with the large raft piece. Arch in the back. Get our classic thin elements, very frequent pieces in early space sets. Well, there you go, Lord Canis. It's in this just for you. Get our gray crate here. And the steering wheel. I don't actually have any of these large inflatable dinghy pieces. I don't think it was designed for any older stuff, but it does feel like it could have been like a Scala dinghy. Yeah, it's nice to see classic pieces still being produced and used. Like, I love new pieces, but I also love old pieces. Dark blue. Yeah, that's what caused the Carboniferous period. Alright. Trans light blue 1x2 bricks. And Azure 1x2 slopes. And let's see. Here we have our control panel tile. Yeah, coal and oil. Alright, then on the back we get the three-wall panels, which were developed for primarily for the Friends figures, but Lego minifigs can fit in there as well. And the interesting thing about these panel walls is that they're actually a little bit thinner than standard panel walls. So they can fit in between minifig legs, or mini doll legs. Alright, get some stuff on the back. Alright. Orange 2x6 plates. Howdy, Gilda-Tongue. Yeah, it's actually my first one of these large dinghy pieces, which I'm glad that I have gotten. I don't know what the heck I'd do with it, but I like parts I don't have. It's one of my personal obsessions. Alright, click hinge 1x4 there. Well, I don't have the smaller dinghy pieces, but yes, I can show all the dinghies I want. Uses a giant mech foot. Could do like a Gestalt, Voltron, or Transformers thing. That way. Alright, and we've got the classic boat instrument tower. Again, basically unchanged because, like, it's one of the very, very weird pieces that can slide like that as opposed to just fits on. And I don't actually know why it's designed that way. Oops, not that one. I think most kids of a certain age did. I sure did. Most of my friends did too. Alright, 1x2s with clips. Top clips. There we go. Okay, and first aid kit right there. And a light blue syringe. Okay, these are going to be the engines, I believe. And indeed, we've got the bevel gears for propellers. There we go. And they can lift up out of the water, too. Alright, black click hinges. It's interesting, we didn't care about the final product as kids. It was more like mix them up and build whatever. I don't agree entirely. I do think that the old sets did do more to encourage other building by having the alternate build images on the back. Well, this is actually pearl silver. Interesting. Okay, and click hinge right there. Okay, and this goes right on there. All right. Okay, then we have our cockpit dome. And then some spotlights. Okay, and then these are going to be there, there, and there. I mean, if there are kids who are not, I mean, with Lego, kids are going to experiment. They're gonna build other things and stuff like that. And if they don't, honestly, I would say that's because parents are discouraging them. Get the engines back down in the water. Okay, so spare parts. We've got trans red and trans green 1x1 cylinder tiles. We've got a light blue syringe and a black 1x1 cylinder plate with bar. Like, I had a coworker whose 7-year-old son was showing him stuff, and he wasn't seeing, you know, like his son would come up and show him, you know, hey, this is a car, and he's like telling me that he doesn't see a car in it, and I'm like, yeah, but your son does, and that's the important thing. If you're not seeing it, try to picture it through his eyes, or ask him about it and stuff like that. And same thing with you know, like encouraging him to, like, he tried to encourage his son to just build what was on the set box and then take it apart and put it back in the box, and I'm like, no, encourage him to build what he sees, what he imagines, and stuff like that. Because kids are going to do that. Howdy, Area High One. I mean, kids have tremendous imaginations, so they're gonna imagine things. There might be some who don't get into building alternate stuff with Lego, and that's okay. I mean, that's perfectly fine. Every kid is different, but chances are pretty good, I think, that kids are going to build and explore their imagination and stuff like that with Lego. Alright, got another minifig here. There's the orange air tank. Let's make her smile rather than frowny. You feel at times you were discouraged as an artist? Yeah, that's always unfortunate. It really is. Howdy, Duke Darkwood, shark ray, a turtle, crab, wide variety of animals. Yep. One of the reasons why I got this, also, it helps if I don't put the visor on upside down. It really does. She has blue hair. Give kids a bunch of Lego parts with no instructions and see what it takes where it takes them? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a great thing. Like my local Lego club does an event at the Air and Space Museum called the Air and Scare, and one of the things that the museum always strongly requests us bring is a large bin of just mixed Lego pieces for kids to build with. So here's a large sea turtle, and here is a little one. We've gotten the little one before, but we have not gotten the large one. They are adorable. Look at these little guys. So cute. We do not have these colors, though. Alright, 6x6 cylinder plate. You almost want this for some of those pieces? The mop is going to be some seaweed or something, I bet. I mean, some kids can be like that, Bahamut, and for them, instructions are good. Sometimes the instructions can serve as a starting point. You know, you build what's in the instructions, and then you start thinking, and then the kid will start thinking about how they want to change it to suit themselves. And that's what the instructions do serve for young kids in a lot of ways. I mean, it can be really hard to start with a, kind of a blank palette. Get on there, thank you. And a trans iridescent pink 2x2 dome. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be, but there is a star on top for probably a starfish. You actually have a ray, but it's tan with blue spots. Yeah, I think I may have one of those as well. I have, of course, tons of the old classic black ones. I don't know if I have the tan one. All right. Coral pink. For, you know, this coral reef. I'm sorry. All right, we get the curl top plant. And the classic seaweed element. Been around since the old diver days. There we go. The mop right on there. And we get a little crabby. Bright orange crabby. And look, it's coral pink coral. Never had sea sets before? There's some good ones. There's some really good ones. I managed to get tons of the diver sets. What would we call that piece there in pink and blue? This one? This is coral pink. It is... LEGO does call it coral. And this one is... I don't know what they call this one. It is not the same shade as the old teal. It is slightly subtly different. So I'm not sure what they call it. Might be turquoise. I just call it teal because it's teal. The likelihood of me showing on, like, doing something with the old teal is not exactly likely. New teal. Why'd your video suddenly go blank with hidden movement? Uh-oh. It's Terror from the Deep. Well, there is a chest that is going to be here. So yes, it could be Terror from the Deep. There you go, just an open chest there. The medieval town square got you a goat, a squirrel, a red bird, a blue bird, and a kitten. I know, isn't it great? There we go. Okay, so spare parts. A bright orange star, a lime green 1x1 plate flower, a dark pink 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg, and a 1x1 cylinder tile with gold crown print. You do have one dilemma, though, the tapestry sticker. Why is that a dilemma? Nope. Meant to move the feet, not pop you off the flippers. There we go. Wants you to put it on a piece such that it works for the display, where the bar is at the bottom, but what if you wanted to use it as a tapestry in a castle? It'd be upside down. Yeah, I get your feeling. I get that. Clearly, you just need to buy a second set. Are these to be... No. No, I just put them on because I could. I can't get the ray on. You know. It does give a look of the animals swimming around, though. It's pretty nice. They have something in place for sticker sheets, too. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know how good that is, so... Actually have the Sharky open his mouth. There we go. And then, do I, where, there he is. Ah! Nom 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 nom. It is a big shark, yeah. And people can't fit inside of it. Probably not with the, here. So good. Look at that grin. Trying to keep the stingray off the radar. Ah, terrible. It just ate a kid. I know. It's a little. Oh man, I can't. For as many times as I've seen Jaws, I can't remember what the name of the kid is who gets eaten. Kintner kid. That's what it is. This is Kintner. Hammerhead versus Sharky. Who wins? I don't think hammerheads are like super duper aggressive. There is a Jaws set. I should get that one of these days. Alright. And now... move these back a little bit so I've got a little bit more space. There we go. Very odd angle for me to be opening this box from. There we go. Bonk. Alright. See, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't use these tracks for the either the Crocodile Locomotive or the Orient Express, and I'm guessing it's because of this end. Alright, let's get to the train. Let's see, we've got bag 5. There's another bag 5. There's an 8. There's a 1. There's a 6. There's a 7. There's an 8. There's a 4. There's a 3, and there's a 2. All right. Alright, these aside as well. There's the instruction booklet with the stickers. Hope Bigfoot gets to ride the bus tonight. Howdy, Steel Nunner. This is better than renewing the driver's license. I mean, I suppose. I don't know. I like to see the bureaucracy expand to meet the needs of the expanding bureaucracy. All right. So let's go ahead and start it out. Get our high visibility torsoed minifig here. He's got a hearing aid. Now, I do not have a high visibility helmet. I'm not even sure if I have a yellow one. They've been made, but I've not had too many yellow ones, if any. They were more prominent in settings in sets in Europe for some reason. Hearing aid or two-way radio earpiece? Could be either one, which is one of the nice things about it. Like, it doesn't specify, so it can be whatever. But, like, someone who knows, you know, like a kid who knows a person with one will probably see it as a hearing aid. What are we building now? We are starting out on the train station. So this is a vehicle that comes with it. You get several two-way radios from railways at work. Yeah, understandable. I tend to see them as hearing aids because I think that's what the first one was fairly explicitly described as or something. But yeah, I mean, that's just one of the neat things where it works for both, and you know, it can be representational pretty easily. By 4. Or my 2x2 tiles. Oh, there they are. There we go. On the side there. Then we get a 6x8. Pair of 2x3s. And for the type of vehicle that this is, I think it took until the mid-90s for them to actually make one. Maybe not the mid-90s, maybe the early 90s. I have to go back and look. I'm not even sure if I ever got that set. So stickers would be going on here, and they'd have the logo that LEGO typically uses for public transportation that is on the Orient Express sets. Another pair of 1x3 panels. 2x2s. There we go. Alright, a blue 1x4, an S bracket. Pair of a 2x2 round end plates with holes, and 1x1s with clips. Like how your four-headed dragon contains one pink arch within its torso that gets completely buried. Makes you wonder how these sets are designed. Yeah, that is a fascinating thing. Like, some of it I'm pretty sure is there for, like, high visibility purposes. Or, I mean, not high visibility, but visibility purposes. So that when you're building a set like that, it's harder to miss an internal piece because of all of the sameness of something. You know, if it's going to be buried, then it doesn't matter what color it is. And then it also serves the purpose of getting people more parts in, you know, a bigger variety of parts. Alright, 2x6 bracket with 1x6 section on it. There's the gray 1x4. Color contrast can make it clearer on the instructions too. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. To give that contrast when you're building it. Make it harder to miss that something goes in there, because sometimes, like, they can be not the most obvious. Alright, license plate would go on here. License plate sticker, I should say. And then that goes right on the front. Hold on. Oh. Okay. No, I was not expecting that. All right. Yeah, it is. I was expecting it to match up with the plates here, and it does not. Which is an odd choice. It's matching up with this tile down there. And then we get tile slopes on there. Thought it was for encouraging other designs, but that is the only pink part in the set. Yeah, I mean, some of it makes me wonder if there's, like, an element of, oh, we're producing this for other sets and we just need something inside here. And there is an internal LEGO budget for set designs. So I do wonder if, like, using a part that's already going to be produced because of other teams makes it cheaper to produce the one that you're working on. But there definitely is an element of making it more visible in the instructions / model when you need to put something on. So I think it serves multiple purposes that way. Like, why do we have green 1x2 plates here? You know, rather than dark gray or something like that. My guess is just that there were green 1x2s already in production. Although you'd think that dark gray 1x2s would be pretty common too. So I don't know. I mean, certainly, like, when you do, if you get a 3-in-1 creator set, it will use some odd construction things because of, like, you know, how the stuff is designed for the other models and things like that. So to this day, they have never produced this hammer in any color other than black. They still have not. Makes me kind of sad. I want it in colors other than black. I don't know why, I just do. There we go. So we've got a cherry picker basket. Nope, no golden hammers. Liquid chrome marker can fix that hammer nicely. No! No, it has to be authentic Lego. Howdy, Chitter Squirrel, how's it going? And howdy, Big Mac. Get our wheels on. Because the wheels on the truck go round and round. There we go. And then... wait until the authentic Lego make it at home 3D printers. I don't think that's going to happen. Like, I mean, it's pretty easy to make compatible stuff with 3D printing, and there probably is a lot of that. I don't have a 3D printer, so I've never looked into it, though. It's going nicely there? Excellent. Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. All right, we get our small train wheels. Now, I don't know if they've improved it at all, but I made a train, a steam engine. I want to say 462. With 2 of these in the front and 1 in the back. It's kind of like this. In the front and then 1 in the back with the standard train wheels in between. And they got to a point where, like, popping them off and you can see, like, a little bit of plastic dust on them, and they squeak. So it got dubbed by my local Lego group of the Squeaky Train. 462 is a Pacific wheel arrangement. I don't know if it will bomb it. Lego has amongst the highest standards in the industry. Like, Lego is the gold standard for quality of plastic molding. And the thing is that they're not even as good as they used to be. Alright, so trash can. Get that on here. And get a shovel and a broom here. That's a green Lego dragon. Alright, so we got a clear 1x1 cylinder plate, a black 1x1 cylinder tile, and a trans orange 1x1 plate as extra parts. So you can get the guy up in the bucket. I do love these pieces. It's similar to an old piece that fit onto an old crane element, and they just changed the connection point back there. New favorite cultural fusion cuisine: Cajun chicken Alfredo. Alright, let's go ahead and make the little trailer for it. I grabbed 2 bags by accident. I think fusion food is fantastic. I don't like a whole lot of it, but I think the idea of it is fantastic. Like that's one of the things that I always loved about the old Iron Chef show is you'd have the the Iron Chef guys of like French or Japanese or Italian cuisine, and they'd be presented with an ingredient that they've never used before that is not used in their type of food, and they're just like, well, let's see what I can do with it. Pretty sure the older basket hinge was a ball joint one. There may have been one intermediary, but the one I'm thinking of fit on the extending crane elements that ended with an odd two, like, how to describe it. So like the arm, the beam is like was like a now standard Technic beam, but then it ends in a two-stud piece at the end that you could either string through, but then this fit right on the end of that. Howdy, Wicked Ryoko, how's it going? Like the old... No, I don't think it was an actual hinge. Yeah, that piece. I never actually got that set. Or I think it may have been... Was it one set? No, it was a fire engine. I'm trying to think if there was another set that was like that. Doing okay, but telemarketers are driving you nuts? There really needs to be a law against... that allows you to get off of telemarketer lists and stuff. Chat delay FTL when trying to actually communicate. Some politics people I follow joke regularly about how if someone would take that as a campaign platform, they'd win like all of the votes forever. You burst out crying because you couldn't get one to listen to you? Oh, man. Yeah, like, it's so ridiculous when it's like, no, I can't afford anything, please take me off your list, and then they keep going, and they keep pushing, and it's just like, did you not hear me the first time? It's like almost a blessing when you get one who's like, okay, bye, after you say that, and it's just like, oh, thank God. Do not call registries are counterproductive. There's been studies that show that they do actually work. It's just that it's very easy to get back onto registries. You're getting calls every 5 minutes? Jeez. That is crazy. Oh my God, I cannot believe they're doing this piece in this way. Okay, so we have a 2x2 inverted dome. We have a brown chocolate swirl piece, aka a poop piece. Political calls are different in that they're allowed for other reasons because they're not strictly telemarketing. Last night at like 8 p.m. they called and you just yelled, "Do you know what time it is?" Yeah. Pretty crummy. If you don't know the caller ID, you answer in Korean, really throws off the auto ad bots that are typically only set to understand English, Spanish, and French where you are. Man, that's my problem, not knowing other languages. I need to get back to learning Latin. Yeah, they really made a toilet with a piece of poo. I cannot believe it. Like, they've used it for animal poo. I was not expecting it to be used for human poo. And the lid's up. And I think this is supposed to be an empty toilet paper roll. I have no idea what the green one is. I love the humor in some of these sets. Need to learn more Japanese. Actually, you know what? You wouldn't need a whole lot of Japanese. Just answer it moshi moshi. And then if they start speaking English, say, Nihon desu ka? And then if they don't, then you just hang up. Green is an air freshener. Oh, that's a good point. There we go. Get our door. And then these, I think, were from the old Cars sets originally. But it does make an interesting dome top. You gotten a hold of the Lego Hobbit game? I have never actually played any, other than Brick Tales. I have not actually played any Lego games other than the original Lego Island, so I could not say. There we go. I can't believe they did that. They do that for like the pet walking sets and stuff like that, but I have not seen it for a human minifig yet. That's pretty fantastic. I'm pretty happy with that. Yes, you could call it that. And then this is a cylinder shaft from a Technic cylinder shaft, but that fits in there. There we go. All right. There's an interesting way of attaching the trailer. All right, so spare parts. We got a brown ice cream poop piece, black 1x1 cylinder plate, and a green 1x1 dome light. It's opaque. Accurate with the lack of TP and being full. Yes, that is such a great little bit of comedy in that. That is so good. I'm so happy with that. It's the little things that make you happy, isn't it? Get on there. There we go. Okay. And let's go ahead and jump to the next part. Bags 3 and 4. Why can't you think of the Lego clone from the 90s? There was Tycho Super Blocks, but I think that was more 80s, late 80s. There's Mega Blocks, of course. Mega Blocks, of course, is the successful one. Tycho is the one that I always think of, because that's one that I actually ended up getting a few of. I have no Mega Blocks. I learned my lesson early enough. I don't know of any other ones at the time. There were some Chinese ones, but That's a kid. That is... There we go. That is a cute outfit. I like that. Let me go ahead and zoom in on this. Hold on a second. Gotta get my zoom. There we go. That's a really cute outfit. I like that. Be bussin', yeah. Alright, then we get a lady with jeans and glasses. And then her hair. And then the little kid. Think you might have like 20 of that hairpiece? It's a good hairpiece, though. I like those hairpieces. Like both of them, they're really good. Alright, where did my my thing go? There it is. Alright, zoom in again. Oops. So I like the tie-dye t-shirt on this kid. Like, that's really cute. Nice sweater and nice jeans. We did get this sweater in a recent set, though, but that's okay. It's always useful to have more. Howdy, Minor Trader. How's it going? Alright, let's go ahead and put that up there. Put them up here. Yeah, Argyle. I'm not super duper proficient in sweater terminology. Think you might need a new Sterilite tray or stackable carry box? Possibly both. Just be like me and cry. You mean I don't know all the sweater fabrics? No, I don't. I know. Shocking. I should. I totally should. A couple of S brackets. See, that's why I would not do well on Jeopardy. I get to Final Jeopardy and it'd be like a luggage question like my chemistry teacher. Alright, pretty sure that's going to go right there, and yes, yes it does. Gonna need to charge your headphones soon. Yeah, just maybe a little bit. Yeah, it might help. Alright, a couple more S brackets. Man, this thing has 6 S brackets in it. And there's 2 more. Wow. Lots of S brackets. Or the Jeopardy thing could be something silly like what is 2? I don't think it would be that silly. Never seen a child figure before? Oh yeah, they're great. They have 2 different size legs now. Shorty legs and midi legs. And then there's also tallie legs. Why would my chemistry teacher ask me about luggage? My chemistry teacher never asked me about luggage. My chemistry teacher got a question about luggage as Final Jeopardy on an actual episode of Jeopardy. Howdy, Shield of Hope. And that's what lost him the game. Because he bet everything and got it wrong. And he was leading up until that point. If I remember correctly. Alright, then on the front there. Ouch, indeed. I think he took it pretty well, though. I did try out for Jeopardy, but they give you the initial tryout, at the time at least, was like, it was on a college campus. There were like 50 people there, and you get a questionnaire with 10 questions, and I got 7 of them. So, you know, I'm good. I'm not Jeopardy good. Lousy to lose the funds, but cool teacher to have gotten on the show. You needed to get all 10 correct. Well, they didn't scout me. It was an open, like an open casting call, an open call thing. Anyone who wanted to try out just showed up at that, on that day and time and filled out 10 questions. Get some hay in the back of the car. Actually, no, this is going to be the front. Still getting 7 out of 10 isn't too bad. That's what I like to tell myself. I mean, I don't know how Jeopardy does it these days, but definitely back then that was one of the ways that they did. They looked for contestants. There you go. A sticker would go on there for the license plate. That right there. Two by 4 and 2 by 2. And 4 1 by 6s. 1 by 6. 1 by 2 and 1 by 1. Yellow 1 by 1 headlight piece with a green 1 by 1 cylinder plate. 1 by 4 there. I don't know exactly what that is supposed to be for. I've never seen a button on the back door of a bus before. Here we got our rear seats. Safe to board light? I don't know, I guess, I mean, the buses around here don't have anything in the back. Like, you have to board on the front regardless. Maybe there's other buses like in Europe or in other cities other than the ones, my cities. Alright, we have a keypad 1x1 tile there, and a steering wheel. Alright, so clear 1x1 tile slope, trans green 1x1 cylinder tile, and gray 1x1 tile with keypad print. Well, this is a city bus as opposed to a, like, you know, Greyhound bus or intercity bus. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Intercity buses don't usually have rear loading. Same exact steering wheel piece they've used since the early 80s. I know, it's great. I love it. Makes me happy. Steering wheel also makes a good mini satellite dish. I suppose. 2x2 radar dishes would be solid, though. Well, so actually an interesting thing is that, and I don't remember where the mold mark is on the old ones, but on these, the mold mark is now right there. And that is not the case. Like, they used to be smooth there. It does annoy me. It feels like a blemish. Thought we were making trains? No. No, unfortunately not. Just a train station. Yeah, it's, I mean, like, it obviously means that it's molded like, okay, yeah, and actually you can see, yeah, zoom in again, hold on. Where's my zoom? Let's see if this picks up. Okay, so right there, there's a subtle line. And I'm trying to get it to show up. It does kind of, depending on how the light reflects. That's where the gaps between the molds are. So the like the bottom section, like they come together like this. So this part, the 2x2 part, is one, and this and the studs are the other. But I'd have to go back and look at the old ones to see where the mold marks were. Did they thicken up the seat back, though? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they've always had this little, you know, a little bit thicker right here kind of thing. They do not feel any different, like the geometry doesn't feel any different. I don't think they did, though. Do I have any easily accessible old ones? Don't think I do. I can look for it for one at some point. See if I can. How do the minifigs look sitting on that? Go ahead and zoom in again. Sorry, I have to actually, like, zoom in through the camera menu. The one with the oxygen tanks, they can't sit on them. They never could. Yeah, they fit well. And I do not recall them being any thicker. Because I remember when this change happened, and it isn't a change that, like, didn't bring a significant change. I didn't notice a significant change to the seats beyond that one. There we go. I think the older seats also didn't have that divot in the back. I think they did, though. Let me take a look at Bricklink, because they will have. Well, actually, they might anymore. They might not anymore. Let me see. Catalog items. No, I think I want... Nope. I do want that. I want... I can find it this way. Alright. That's right. They merged stuff recently, and I'm not sure. Trying to see if there is a way that I can view the old ones, and... Yeah, no, but I'm pretty sure it had that slightly thicker edges on the sides. The old seat has 4 pore spots on the bottom, so on the underside. Silly detail-oriented chatting is slowing the build. No, that's fine. That is. I'm not speed building. If I were speed building, then I would be. I'd definitely be doing something else. Part of the point of these streams is to just chat. It made the set edges maybe slightly thicker. There's a speed building category. I don't know. There's some, like... I don't know about any speed building on Twitch, but at conventions there occasionally are. Or at least there used to be. I don't know. I'm just not, like, trying to do that. This is a, you know, relaxing, fun chat, build, stream kind of thing. And so, like, I love, like, looking at parts and stuff like that, so there's no problem at all. But yeah, I'd have to dig one out to get a good comparison, and I might do that. Love the fact that you need to get more card binders. Have so many Magic the Gathering cards. I know, I mean, it's almost as if you keep buying more. I think LEGO has moved to a faster but slightly lower quality method of making bricks. Yeah, like, there are... like, if you... stack up the bricks sometimes, like there is a noticeable little projection here between these two pieces. It's not super noticeable, but it's like enough that your fingernail does not catch going this way, but does catch going this way. And like, I am catching going this way, down, and up on this. It feels like there's actually a little bit of flashing there. It's not a huge deal. It's like, for me, it's mostly only noticeable in certain stacking situations where a single piece is like very slightly off-center or something like that. They seem to be mega brick quality now. I haven't gotten any mega blocks. I haven't gotten any mega blocks, so I cannot say about that. But I would be surprised about that. Like, very surprised. Alright, a 1x2 brick with a 43 sticker would go on there. Their Duplo knockoff would leave flashing, so not that bad, but their regular bricks were alright. Well, but there's a difference between alright and, like, I wouldn't consider Lego alright. Lego's better than alright. To me, at least. Close to 8,000, 9,000 cards. That is way more than I ever had. I think my last count was 2,700. One by four, a tile, and a town center sticker would go on there. Yeah, I mean, Lego is still, like, I think if Lego quality were actually significantly lower in such a way that, you know, and there's also an element of how much is it that we just notice it more as an adult than when we were kids, you know? I don't know about that. But Lego is still, like, within the plastics industry, it is still considered, like, the gold or platinum standard for quality. Alright, then we have the 1x6x3 flat windshield. Get that on there. Get that there. Bring these down. And right there on the front. Okay, and then using a standard door. It does feel silly to for these to have door handles on them. But I guess the door handles are partly for the builder and player. I miss classic doors, though. These are nice, but I like the old classic doors better. There we go, and then we get some round top pieces there. Dark gray ingots. All right, 1x2 plates. I mean, the doors that I miss the most, though, are the classic castle round top doors. I love those so much. All right, 2x6 to 1x6 upward bracket. Now, all of the various brackets that they make, though, that is great. This is good stuff. Yeah, I wish that they would. They really can't, but I do wish they would bring them back in some form. They're no longer making the bricks that they clipped into. I was not aware of that. Oops, 1x6 down here. So, trans red, trans orange, and clear. I'm glad that LEGO does release, like, the Monkey Kid and Chinese New Year sets here in the US now. I wish things like the LEGO house sets weren't exclusive. Let me see that. Okay, actually, let me open that in another window. Hold on. I can't see it that easily. Doesn't look that interesting, but it is cool to. It is cool that they do those kinds of partnerships. It's kind of fun if you're, you know, an employee of that company or something like that. Yeah, the Lego house in Billund has exclusive sets. Like, they've had a large injection molding device set model thingy. You know that that large maxi fig that's brick built that's like this tall? They have a pirate one based on the old classic pirate guys, Captain Redbeard, whatever his name is. You hear CPU set and all you think of is a boss fight from Final Fantasy IV. Makes sense. Alright, so 43, a sticker would go on there. A fresh sticker would go on there for advertising. There we go. Get that on there. And then these here and here. All right, Seelan, thank you very much for coming on out. Have a good rest. I hope your recovery continues swiftly. There we go. And then we get some wheels in, because the wheels on the bus go round and round. There we go. It's a very low-to-the-ground bus. And there really should be, like, some decorations on there, but it's okay. Obviously, I didn't put all the stickers on. Alright, let's pop the roofs off. Get our driver in. Which is actually not that easy. Alright, Vigistry, thank you very much for coming on out. Have a good rest of your night as well. This is easier when you have little kid hands, and I do not. There we go. And this lady can be sitting all the way in the back. And let's have this little kid looking out the window. Appreciate how they're doing the roof and making it easier to remove. Yeah. Definitely. There we go. Alright. So, spare parts. We've got trans orange, trans red 1x1 tile slopes, and a yellow 1x1 cylinder tile. So, this is a very nice bus. There was one in... Did I make a bus earlier? No, I might just not have gotten that set. I kind of want to look at... because it's pretty similar to how they've done other buses. Which is, you know, very understandable. But I'm very curious to look at some of them. I do like how they have an actual aisle and stuff, and you have space here for like a wheelchair person to be and stuff like that. You recall the original version of those tire, the axles tend to get bent? Only if you take the wheels on and off a lot. There is our bus. Okay. There we go. And now for the actual train station itself. The low to the ground is a thing for public transport buses. They use air cushions to rise when the drivers... Yeah, but also, like, one downside of it being so low to the ground for a Lego set is that there is not a whole lot, especially with the wheels being so far back from the front and back. There's not a whole lot of space if you want this thing to get into a town layout where you've got some slopes and stuff. The crocodile locomotive? No, that was just the locomotive itself. That did not have anything like a bus. I'm trying to remember if the town square set that I built a while back had one. The one with the mayor in the corncob outfit. That one definitely can't handle town speed bumps. Yeah. I guess it depends on how you do them, though. Thank you for going on the floor and taking another one with you, Bag. I appreciate that. This whole set seems familiar. Well, I have not done another train station. I don't think. It's entirely possible that I'm forgetting. Potholes are worse. Speed bumps are designed properly. Potholes are not designed. Alright, let me see. Let me pop over to my channel. And let's search for my LEGO playlists. Where's the big honking one? Hold on. There it is. Well, I did have a roadwork horse transporter at one point. That might have been it. That might be the one that you're thinking of. That was... looks like 6327. Nope. That was not 6327. That was 284. Nope, definitely not the same. Uh, 60 at 271 though. Main square. That had a tram. Let me post a link in the... So 60271. That one had a tram. There was a similar one as well that had a bus, and I did not have that one. I don't think that one has a bus. Am I? No, that just has a tram. I need to go look at the buses and see how similar they are. So tired of seeing parking lot dividers used as speed bumps. Subdivisions are doing that a lot now. Wow. So interesting. This guy does not have the Fresh logo, which this is, you know, like this is what he's clearly supposed to be. You know, like working for that that grocery store that we built. Alright, then we have our bike. It's a shame that the bike is yellow. I have a glut of yellow Lego bicycles. An absolute glut of yellow Lego bicycles. There we go. And actually, let's go ahead and get the bike on the... That is neat. That is a neat way of doing that. Just rests right in there. That's great. The only downside to it is that it can't hold more than one. Alright, starting out 1x12. Black 1x1. Green 1x4 tile. There's 1x4 slope. Alright, a lot of 2x4 green tiles here, which is nice. Now this does feel a very classic train station base design, very much like the old the old ones from the 80s. There we go. And another one. Now the only big difference is that there's no overhang there, which there would have been. Now, I never got the train station that had 2 platforms with a pedestrian bridge over it, but it's such an amazing looking one. I really wish that I had. I got the follow-up to that one, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. Alright, another 1x4 tile and a brown 1x2 grill tile. Slope. Did I do 60154? No, I don't think I did. Let me take a look. You mean the bus station? No, I'm pretty sure I did not do that one. That one was 2017 anyway, so no. That one uses classic train doors. There's another one. I'll look for. I'll maybe link it in Discord after the stream. There's one that I'm thinking of that I did not get that I did want that I think has a similar bust to this one. That uses these doors. But the tram that I built in that train station, not the train station, the town square thing. That one is similar with those doors. All right, another brown grill tile and 2 1x1 bricks with clips. All right, then we have our trapdoor element. Brown 1x4 plates. A green 1x2. Wait a second. Is that really... Okay, yeah, I guess that'll be about as close as possible. All right. There we go. Get that on there. Yeah, I'm not sure if I've had any other buses on these. Let's see. Sort by city. Okay, 7641 is one that has a similar bus. That might be one of the ones that I'm thinking of. Which, that is too long ago to, for it to be what I'm thinking of. Yes, okay, I do have, but I did not build it on stream. Public transportation station. And that I think is the bus that I'm thinking of. That's pretty similar, but that's more of an intercity bus. I didn't get Town Square, but that one has a similar bus. I'm just gonna, put some links in chat, because those are definitely the things that I'm thinking of. Yeah, those are the buses that I was thinking of. I have one of those sets, but I did not build it on stream. That was well before I was streaming this stuff. And like I said, it's more of an intercity bus anyway. Alright. There's a 1x12. Get a black 1x1 brick there, and sand green 1x1 Technic brick with cross axle hole. Two brown 1x2s with side clips. You like the green and white one from the public transport? Yeah, that's a pretty nice one. Alright, and then we get our 6x8s. 1x12. One thing you like about watching LEGO streams is you don't have to buy the LEGO. I'm sure that's one thing that LEGO does not appreciate about the LEGO streams. I mean, I think overall there's probably more going out and buying some LEGO that people wouldn't have before. Interesting how all these sets all have one bus and one construction vehicle. I mean, part of that's like play opportunity kind of thing. You have one expensive hobby, you don't need another one? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oop. It spreads the joy of LEGO. It gets people into LEGO. Yes. The question is always how much and is it worthwhile? Like, obviously, like, Bahamut, if you weren't gonna buy LEGO otherwise, then LEGO's not losing anything. So I think, like, again, in the grand scheme, it is better. Like, if you weren't gonna buy LEGO anyway, then LEGO's not losing out on anything. And if it does get some people to buy some LEGO, and it definitely has, there's definitely some people who have said that they went out and bought things and have shared them on the Discord and stuff like that. That's good. And the thing is like, they're, you know, some of these sets are things that where people might be thinking about them, and then they go buy it, because they look at the build stream and are like, that's a really cool thing, I want to go buy it. There we go. So a ticket counter right there. And one of these pretty spiffy 2x4 curved windshields, which I'd love to get some of those in solid colors. And a croissant under there. So a nice croissant under glass. Games Workshop heard you would like to play LEGO Warhammer 40K. Ooh, what if there were LEGO exclusive Magic the Gathering cards that you got in a LEGO set? And it would be like, I play my 2x4 brick. Tap your 2x4 brick for 1 red mana. Alright, spare parts. We have a pink 1x1 plate flower and trans red 1x1 cylinder plate. Let's move these up a little bit more. Not red mana, red studs. Don't give Wizards of the Coast Hasbro any ideas. I mean, I do want more D&D Lego stuff. Why there's a castle window, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. You're now imagining a Lego collectible card game. That, I do think is safe to say, is not something that LEGO will likely to do. They do branch out to experiment and stuff like that, but I don't think that they really have much interest in branching out that way. Saw the LEGO D&D Lady of Pain. That helmet is off the charts. Yeah, we haven't gotten one in our minifig opening yet. But possibly tonight, when we're done with this, we will be opening some minifigs. Will that one be one of them? I don't know. I hope it's not fragile. I saw Tony DiTerlizzi got sent one, though. That's pretty awesome. I also don't think LEGO and Magic the Gathering have much room for crossovers. I mean... I will say, like, if they had done... If they had chosen the, like, a dice tower as one of the, as the LEGO Ideas D&D 50th anniversary thing, I would say unconditionally that you're wrong. That there absolutely is. But the fact that they didn't pick a dice tower does make me think that, yeah, I don't know what they would do. Alright, so there'd be a train sticker and another sticker there, I think with a missing kitty. Which I think we've seen in another set. Ponders Lego Duke Darkwood. Not sure what cards that Magic could do for LEGO. Well, like I said, a red 2x4 brick. It could be 2-4. Yeah? Sorry, not sorry. There could be a classic Blacktron minifig cards and stuff. Oh no, Alt catnapped someone's kitty. Hey, I own all of my kitties. I have never catnapped a Lego kitty. And get some doors there. Inverted slopes, 1x1x3 poops. Buddy, Yagra, how's it going? Alright, let's turn that around this time. If they do crossover, you don't think they can for the next year or so? Yeah, I mean, it would take time for anything to be done. I think they would also want to see how well the D&D cards did and everything like that, to see if they want to continue a relationship. Still sick, though you were well enough to eat breakfast? You thought you were well enough to eat breakfast and you were not. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, imagine you're playing against someone in Magic and the other person then pulls out a Jack the Lego Maniac card. And then he counters with a Zack the Lego Maniac. And then the other person counters with Mac the Lego Maniac. It's been kind of rough. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. One of the nice things about working from home is that I don't get sick too often these days. I could do a Lego Secret Lair thing next year? I don't know what that means. Beat you to it with the Maniacs. I loved those commercials. Partly because it was like, it felt like Lego never advertised on TV, and then suddenly I was seeing ads for Lego, and it was exciting. But I think they just may not have advertised when I was watching or something. You work from home as well, but you still have to go out for groceries and whatnot? Yeah. Something you ate a couple of weeks ago. That's when the symptoms started. Well, food poisoning shouldn't last that long. But there was just a recent chicken recall, and there was a boar's head deli meat recall a number of weeks ago. More like a month ago, I think. So it probably wouldn't be that. Get some 1x5s here. I don't know how long ago the chicken thing was going on, but I think it sounded like a pretty big recall. A bunch of potential root causes to explore and been eliminating them a bit at a time without anything definitive. Well, I hope you do recover quickly. Chicken recall is a big list? Yeah. Yeah, I heard. Luckily, it doesn't seem like it's anything that I have gotten recently. It's like Walmart and Amazon, I think, are two of the big retailers that that were affected. Other than Walmart and I think Amazon, I can't remember what the other companies are, Duke Darkwood. And the packing company in question is not one that I'm familiar with. Did you have some General Tso chicken around that time? And there is our castle window piece right here. I saw someone on Blue Sky comment about being frustrated by needing to look through their chicken, and someone commented like along the lines of, well, don't eat meat, and it's like, There was not too long ago a big listeria, I think it was listeria, or no, it might have been E. coli outbreak with lettuce, so it's like, it's not meat. It's just unclean conditions. Yeah, if you haven't checked with a doctor, I would definitely say it might be worth doing. No, but but it's a contamination thing. It's most of these things like the listeria and E. coli and everything else. They're not coming from the food itself per se. They're contaminating the food. But I might be wrong about what exactly the infectious agent of the lettuce thing was. There is our 4x8. We get a nice little modern art thing going on here. There should really be more public art. And I don't just say that because I make what could be considered a form of art. Nope, I did want to do that. Yes, alright. So there we go. That is actually covering up the castle window. You watched a program where they try and track down stuff like that, and one of the episodes was a contamination of ice cream or something. They couldn't trace it. They could track it at least where it possibly happened. Yeah, and that's a problem if that, you know, if they can't figure out exactly where it's from. Sometimes it's pretty easy, like the boar's head meat thing, the listeria outbreak that I'm pretty sure affected me. That was one of those things where just reading the stories about what that plant was like, it's like, I gotta wonder how that was not caught before, though. It's so terrible. Because people die from that stuff. Get some cherries hanging from there. Get that right there, above the entrance. All right, we'll get our bracket there. Our window screen. It's basically windows. And it's for probably a ticket machine. Could be an ATM, but I think it's supposed to be a ticket machine. Although being right there, it might be the ATM, because this is tickets over here. And then a fresh sticker would go on here for some advertising on the bench. There we go. Okay, so spare parts. We got 1x1 cylinder tile in gray with a gauge print. Lime green 1x1 cylinder plate, and a magenta or dark pink? I think that's magenta. Magenta cherries. Changing regs so producers can inspect their products and not the FDA inspectors isn't helping? Yeah, no, that's... That is one of those things where it's like, well, yeah, what do you expect? What do you expect? That never should have happened. But at the same time, and this is probably one reason why I'm not super duper wealthy, I look at these kinds of things and I just cannot imagine being the type of person that would allow these things to pass. Like, because people are gonna die. You know it. And even if people don't die, people are gonna get sick. And you know that. Like, it's gonna happen. Alright, bag number 7. We have a dark green foliage element. And a brown dinosaur midtail. Right, no, I mean, what I mean is I cannot imagine being a person who would do that, you know? Knowing that people are going to get sick and maybe die, it's just one of those things like I could not live with myself if that happened. Can't imagine being a person either. Well, no, I understand they exist. I just it's like one of those things of like I can't really put myself in their shoes. Alright, let's see. White and then dark gray, 1x8s, 1x4, and then I got lots and lots of these awesome brackets. One by 1x3, 1x1x3. Translate blue panels. Another pair of brackets. A 1x8 in dark gray. And a white 1x8 brick. And that goes on here as a roof. That's a pretty cool use of, way to build a roof. Get out of here, mosquito. Yeah. Stupid bugs. How dare they be in my house? How dare they? Don't they know that this is my house? Got a new flavor of Cheez-Its? Smoked Gouda. Never actually had Gouda. So, Bahamut, is it pretty Gouda? That's not what I asked, Bahamut. Oh, here's one for you guys. Here's one for you guys. I think you'll like this. Your nephew handed you a tiny piece of Gouda for you to try once, and it was just the wax. All right, so if you make pancakes, but you don't actually have any of the like actual pancake batter, so you make them out of something else, would they then be panfakes? Ready's the mega flare. Hey, that was good. That was good. You have to admit that. That was good. There we go. Alright, 1x4 in dark gray down here. You'll admit it was good, still mega flaring. Alright, then how about this? How about this? If you, if PBS rewards you for pledging during their pledge drive with some cereal, is that tote meal? Nice curve right there. Face it, my jokes are always in the Sour Patch. Well, Sour Patch are some of the best candies, so that just means that they're fantastic. So thank you, Lil Bunny. Thank you for admitting that my jokes are fantastic. I appreciate it. I mean, I got millions of them, but I gotta save them for like LPs and stuff. Here's a nice classic '90s control panel. This one I feel is much newer. I'm not sure where that one is from. And in classic style, we get a turntable, which I don't know that I have a teal turntable base like that. I'm also full of sauerkraut. I'm definitely not full of sauerkraut. That is definitely not the case. Let's see. All right. Lots of bricks. That's 3, 4, and 5. And 5. Translate blue 1x 2x5. And a 1x6x5. Pickles and sauerkraut. I'm definitely not full of those. we go. Alright, now we get to make one more of these types of roof bits. It's a lot of these brackets, which is pretty great. I love these brackets. I've never actually had sauerkraut. I don't plan to have sauerkraut, but I've never actually had sauerkraut. Alright, dark gray, one... Oop, that did not get on there. Dark gray, 1 by 8. White, 1 by 8. 4 by 4 half tile, and the transportation symbol would go on there. And then 1 by 4 curved slopes. There we go. And that goes right up there. So, pretty nice looking. Alright, we get some lights here. Get a little birdie down here. Alright, a sticker with what I'm guessing would be like arrival information. That is going to go there. Alright, and it can actually tilt up. Okay, and then we get a 3L bar in black as a spare piece. Okay, finally... Well, speaking of red lights... Well, bunny. This lady apparently is going to have one. Burb. I love this. The bird piece. Isn't it? It's so adorable. It's so cute. Just hopping along there. See, red light. I love those paddles too. Another piece that's been around forever. What is cuter, birds or bunnies? Oh, bunnies, of course. Bunnies are the cutest. Okay, so, you may have noticed that these tracks are connected in some way. So there is a little piece running through these. You basically have to pop these off. Giant bunny is still cute. Giant bird is kind of scary, to be honest. That's a good point. Have you ever seen Night of the Lepus? Those bunnies are still adorable. You're not sure you have a Lego bunny? Well, Duke Darkwood, there is the Jade Rabbit set on sale right now, I believe. Let me go check. If you're gonna buy any sets at the moment, good one to throw in. It's got some good parts, and it's got some bunnies. So there you go. So that one is 288 parts for $12, and it does have bunnies in it. Like actual Lego bunnies like I got, like this one. There we go. Alright, so we have these little little rods through there. Now, these are actually, I believe, minifig... Yeah. Minifigs can hold them. They are rods. Lego never actually uses them, so they count as extra parts. But they held them together. Now, one thing you'll notice is that these holes where where these ran through is different from the center one, where there wasn't one, which actually has a little indentation and a raised bit here, whereas that's flat. This is so that you can screw them down to, like, wood. Like you'd do with model train tracks. Alright, so clip these together. It is neat that they're using the exact same size format as the old 9-volt rails. They just replaced the metal on the rails with, you know, making it all plastic. No, you don't have to nail it down. You don't want to. Alright, and this is actually kind of a neat element that I have not actually had before. I think it has 2 mold marks. So this fits onto the end. Like that. And then we get that on there. So these touch evenly on, like, easily onto the tracks. Now this is a big gap because the train is going to be 6 wide. So you're looking at a 3-stud gap in between the train. So it's a little bit weird to me. All right, take the other one. 4x4 cylinder plate and a green 2x4. This back a little bit. Gray 2x6 tiles. And gray 2x2 curved macaroni tiles. And then 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles inside there. There we go. And then 2x4 curved slopes. There we go. Next up, 4x12. Plates and the green 2x6s. And these are for the, this is a level crossing here. Dark gray 1x2s. There we go. Okay. White 1x8. Dark gray 1x8s. And 2 1x2s. And another one there. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now we'll make the actual cross stopper thingy doos that I don't actually know what they're called. But the best thing about this is that, you know, we could set this up and then have two old guys standing by and saying, "Why don't they look?" Well, I'm probably going to make 2 of these, aren't I? Yes. Yes, I am. No, 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 not get off our lawn. It's, why don't they look? It's from a railroad crossing safety short that MST3K did. I think it was your chance to live? Blanking on it. It's so good. It's one of my favorites. Old guys with some sort of cornflakes? What, cornflakes? Did you say cornflakes? You know, I got these cornflakes when I donated to NPR. It's my moat meal, my tote meal. There's no mega flaring cornflakes. I also use them to protect my castle. It's my moat meal. I may have had that on the mind. I'm sorry. That frosts my flakes. Alright, there we go. And there we go. It's actually pretty neat. Okay. Let's move this. Lift up that bit. Sorry, Princess Linda. Accidentally bumped you. Go ahead and get that down there. There we go. Train station's looking good so far? Yep. Yep, we're almost done. Almost time to do a little bit of minifiguring as well. Get our street section. It's a shame these are so expensive, because it would be kind of neat to be able to use them to make a lot of actual streets. There we go. And then we take this one, put it over here. And we also have some plants that I missed. There we go. Alright, so spare parts. We got a gray 1x1 quarter cylinder tile and a black friction pin. And then, of course, the two posts that hold the rails together. So we can have the bus there. And the nice thing about it's kind of like on-ramp thing here is that you have this vehicle come up, put down its train wheels. Actually, I might need to do that. Oops. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And it'll go along the rails. So this is a way for these types of vehicles to get on and off the rails. Lift up that. Let's see. Okay. So this is actually enough to get the bus across it. It does not actually bump anything, which is pretty good. Pretty handy. So put those down. And let's go ahead and bring a little something else onto the tracks. There we go. So with this, the gap at the train station is not as bad. But it's still pretty significant. And you can see that the station itself is not really as long as as the train. It's like this one single car is longer than the station itself. But with this being as far back as it is, this does actually make it a lot easier than it would be for like a regular Lego train. Because this is 8 wide, and regular Lego trains are usually 6 wide. But it's still pretty cool. So I did want to get this this built while we were working on the Orient Express. But let's go ahead and put this back to the side. And this does take up quite a bit of space, unfortunately. We can have this guy cross, though. The old style level crossings would have actually used this type of slope, although longer. They would actually use the 6x8 slopes. That was what they were originally used for, and they'd just fit right on there. I don't really like this rounded part. I guess it's so that the wheels don't catch or anything like that, but I don't know that that's really necessary, and I would probably want it stretched out a little bit more for that. Yes, little bunny? But, I mean, with the bus being able to get over this, if you had, like, you know, these here for speed bumps, the bus would definitely be able to get over that. Suplex the train. I don't have a steam engine. That's gonna come on Saturday. I mean, not Saturday, Friday. All right. But I'm going to take the tracks off of this because this actually takes up a lot of space. There we go. Just go ahead and put this down to the side for the moment, so we can take another look at the train station itself. Why, it could be on Friday. I don't have a steam engine. Alright, so, overall, I like the aesthetic of it. You know, you got gray base, white, then lime, and then teal, and then back to white, with these really nice skylights, giving it a very, you know, airy feel to it. It's pretty nice. You got a ramp here, steps on the side with a bike rack. So it's definitely not like a, you know, a big, massive train station or something like that. But it's still really neat, all things considered. And it's nice, you know, like having this bus. This is a really nice bus, I think. And I love how they get the bike on the back. I think that's great. And then having this, you know, this repair truck with the porta potty, which is fantastic. That's great too. Oh, there goes the broom. All right, but before we finish up for the evening, those are just gonna kind of sit there because they're taking up a lot of space. Get some of these back. There we go. There we go. All right, let's get Princess Linda back in. All right. This means it's minifig time. All right, starting out with Series 11. And it doesn't have to be just me that remembers. You could bring it up too. You could remember. All right. So, D6 to see which column, and we're going for over here. So we'll roll the D12. 2, 1, and 2. All right. So, let's start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Okay, and let's see. So we are still missing the roller skate waitress, the Islander, and the gingerbread man, which is, it kind of shocks me how much we've gotten through this box and have not gotten those. Let me roll a d20. So 10. Nope, re-rolling because there aren't any of those left. 8. That would be the Yeti. So Bahamut got a 7. That would be the elf. 9 for Ice Sovereign. That would be the rock climber. So get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get my timer up. There we go. A Minotaur geriatrician or a geriatric medicine specialist, whichever I prefer. You're the one that typed it. Leonin ice cream truck driver. There is a Lego ice cream truck. I didn't get it, though. Alright, just a few seconds remaining. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? There are only 3 left that we need, and it is still shocking to me that we have not gotten those 3. Now, a couple of these did get mixed up in transit, so that might be one reason why we haven't gotten them. Okay, predictions are in, and let's go. Alright, what do we got? That does feel like it might be Yeti. That is Yeti, okay. Yep. 12.66, so the 8 that I rolled is going to be the Yeti. Let's see if that is correct. 12.66. Confirmed you do not have a Lego bunny. The real question, however, is why do you have so many rats? Probably Harry Potter stuff. It is indeed the Yeti. And once again, that was 12.66. Let's choose the outcome within 20 seconds. Complete that prediction. And Bahamut and Kinshir getting the hams. Very nice. Lord Canis and Ice Oven going for 20 to 50. Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for no. You don't have a single Harry Potter set. I don't know then. So this is actually the original headpiece. That it does get reused on the on Bigfoot. I love frozen treats. Frozen treats, so good. Let's mark off our 3rd Yeti. Don't know if there are any others. You're happy to see Yeti? Is this a Yeti from FF6 in this minifig set? No, it's not Umaru. He does not throw his friends into the enemies. Alright, so that one is done. Next up, we got Series 14. Which there's a possible for a similar, same figure, different color kind of thing. I'm going to call that one Nicodemus. Frozen treat looks like the hairbrush. Alright, so that is 4, so we're going into the middle. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright. Let us see. Start the prediction. Can Ald guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get your predictions in. Will it be Bigfoot? Will it be Bigfoot? Let's go ahead and roll my die. That is a 3, so that is the scientist. I kind of hope I don't. 3 for Ice Oven as well, so scientist. 2, the zombie pirate captain for Bahamut. There are at least 7 different dog molds. I mean, there's a lot of different dogs, yeah. And there's even more if you include Belleville and Scala, of which I have those dogs. A Leonin dog trainer. Even if Bigfoot doesn't get to ride the bus tonight, Yeti does. Next up is a totally educated guess, a Minotaur train operations trainer. It's not... Okay, actually, Minotaur could be monster, yeah. I'll allow it. I'll allow it this time. Alright. 50 seconds remaining. Get your predictions in. So far, we have gotten the Fly, the Mad Scientist, and the Skeleton Costume Guy. Oh, and the Zombie Cheerleader, which has great hair. Reminded of the Star Wars Christmas album and the classic, what do you get a Wookiee for Christmas? When he already has a comb. Poppy initiating comb protocol. Poppy's so good. I probably will be playing some more of that Saturday night. I'll definitely wait and see how I'm feeling Saturday night, but I probably will be playing more. Alright, just a few seconds remaining. Get your predictions in if you have not. And we are closed. Alright. Let's see. Let's reset my timer. And go. Let's see. Okay. I feel like I've gotten a hair piece. Alright. 15.28. I believe we have Frankenstein's rocker. Let's see if that is the case. Frankenstein's rocker. Yes! Yes, we do. All right. Fire bad. Rock good. See, he's an elemental creature, you can tell. Because he likes rock. Now, I'm not sure if this is the same headpiece that was used in the original Frankenstein's monster in, I think, Series 1? Alright, let me go ahead and zoom on in on this little guy. We've got a great torso. Shock and roll. There we go. Alright, I need to... So that was 15.28, so let me go ahead and choose the outcome. Looking swanky, yep. Alright, so that was within 20 seconds. Complete that one. Alright, who is getting the hams? Bahamut, Garbage Pail Kids, and Kinshir getting the hams. Very nice. Ice Sovereign going for 20 to 50. Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for no. So let's go ahead and mark him down. So that is our first Rockin' Frankie. You could say that Frankie went to Hollywood. Alright, and the last for the night is going to be our D&D minifigs. So, first of all, D6. So, 6 going for the top. D10, that is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jasmine Rivers, thank you very much for that subscription. I really appreciate that. 32 months. Happy Wednesday indeed. And the bits as well. Thank you. You're just in time to see what D&D minifig we're going to get tonight. Alright, so let me go ahead and start the prediction. You can all guess what is inside the minifig box. Get your predictions in. Alright, 7 for Ice Sovereign. That would be the Mad Martin. 2 for Bahamut. That would be the Gith Sorcerer, who's got her eye on you. You know, I can't remember if Gith Zerai lay eggs like Githyanki? I need to look that up. I just don't remember. Alright, get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? And I should probably get to the weight limit. We're steering for accuracy this time. A Minotaur bus driver or passenger wagon driver to appease all its D&D theme demands. A Wagoneer, yeah, Minotaur Wagoneer. You could... That would work. That is the million platinum question. You'd think yes because they're closely related, but... Yeah, but they're also descended from humans. So, you know... Something definitely went on with the Githyanki. At least. Leonin Skydiver. That's not D&D. Alright, 30 seconds remaining. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Can I set this up so that the screen is not getting too much glare? So, we have gotten the Elf Bard. We have gotten the... we've gotten Zostom. We've got Strahd. We've gotten the Halfling Druid, and that is it so far. A Warg Therapy Wolf. Alright, predictions are closed. Okay, so first I'm going to shake it and make a guess. Alright, my guess is going to be the Lady of Pain. Number 10. Let's roll the die. It says 9, that would be the Elf Bard. And there we go. Alright, well it's definitely not the Lady of Pain. 17.48. Looks like that's gotta be Mad Martin, the Mind Flayer. 17.48, that is, yeah, that is the closest. Alright, so, let's go ahead and scan the bottom. Let's not forget to do that, like I keep forgetting before. Yep, that's a Mind Flayer. Okay. So I was wrong, the dice were wrong. The weight is correct. I did hear something large, but I thought I heard something rolling. And there really isn't a whole lot to roll. Surprisingly, not many pieces in this this guy, so let me go ahead and choose the outcome. So that is going to be a yes with weight. Complete that prediction. Alright, Lord Canis, Ice Oven, and Garbage Pail Kids getting the hams there. Bahamut going for yes with guess. Shield of Hope going for yes with die roll. Kinshir and Lel Bunny going for no. Having no confidence in me whatsoever. So terrible. The Intellect Devourer is adorable. Alright, Bahamut, thank you very much for coming on out. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this guy. There we go. Neat outfit. Great head mold and stuff. And look at the adorable let's see, is it dual molded? I think it is dual molded. Yes. Yes, it is definitely dual molded. The adorable Intellect Devourer. It's not an Ustilagor. But this is great. This is a great fig. Want lots of them. I need lots and lots of Mind Flayers. And then probably give them different outfits, too. Alright, so let me go ahead and mark him. There we go. He's waiting for his stop. See, they don't allow pets on, so the Mind Flayer can't go on board. So that's an Aarakocra. Do you think we'll get a Kenku as well? I don't know that they're going to do more. Since we have no idea what the sales are like, there's no real way to say how well they're doing. I would be surprised if they're not doing exceptionally well. And especially like the CMFs. This is perfect for people who want to, you know, who play with minis, but want to have a little bit more fun and customization. They definitely can, like, you know, get the minifigs and use them as minis and stuff. You're very welcome, Lel Bunny. But that is going to be our stream for the night. We have gotten, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've gotten 5 of them. That's actually pretty good. Like, we've only had 5 sessions, and we've gotten a different one each time. So that's kind of a surprise to me. But, yeah, we'll see. I mean, coupling these with the minifigs from the D&D set is really nice. Like, you are kind of limited in what you can do if you're just going by these minifigs at this moment. Like, you know, you can't do you know, there's no dwarf wizard kind of thing and stuff like that, so I don't know. Having more Dragonborn heads would be kind of necessary as well. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming on out. Thank you very much, Minor Trader. We will be back on Friday for some more Lego building. We will be wrapping up the Orient Express. Saturday, we will be back for some more Spelljammer. Probably back for some more side questing in Xenoblade Chronicles as well. Saturday night, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. And then we will definitely be back Monday for more Xenoblade Chronicles. So I want to thank you guys for coming on out, and I shall see you next time. See you then, everyone.